brush is a delicate and precise instrument. To use it properly requires full attention and good breath control. Though breathing is a natural process, it also reflects our mental and physical condition. The way a person breathes is often due to internal thoughts and feelings, and the depth and calmness of the breath is a good barometer of health. Breathing is usually so automatic that we hardly even notice it until we are anxious or have health trouble. The brush gives us a way to gauge and control the breath so that it works for and not against us. If the movement of the brush is not coordinated with the breath, then the resulting line becomes weak and uncertain. What is the best way to steady the line? The flow of ink from the brush is very sensitive to the flow of breath from the lungs. The line on paper is like a silent voice in song. It is impossible to sing while inhaling, and much the same can be said about the brush. An opera singer can sustain a long phrase through steady and controlled exhalation. Pause for only a moment, and then you continue singing as though no inhalation were taken at all. There are far more notes in any piece of music than there are rests. Anyway, that gives you the idea. Where to concentrate the mind. Concentrate the mind right here. This little point on the brush. You focus your mind there. If you get good, you can hear the brush on the paper. You get good at focusing your mind, you can hear the brush on the paper. It's very powerful to get that focused and sensitive, and then you're really kind of in touch. The martial arts beginning students find great difficulty dealing with an oncoming attacker. Even when the arm and footwork is known, somehow the opponent becomes too fast to analyze or react appropriately. Naturally, the movements become more automatic with practice, but there is no guarantee that a real attacker will approach or react in the same way. Textbook solutions are notoriously unreliable. Students are first taught to calm the mind by concentrating on the lower abdomen. This is Aikido. And then to expand their awareness to embrace the entire situation. Calligraphy, the opponent is oneself. So he's saying, where do you put your mind? With practice, it is possible to feel the surface of the paper being gently etched by the enochi ge, as if the bristles themselves were sensitive and alive. With an alert ear, you can even hear the sound of the brush on paper. This is an exhilarating sensation. And the longer that you can maintain it, the better will be the quality of your work. This is known as painting with the hara of the brush. This is where you should concentrate your mind at first. In time, your awareness will expand to take in other factors, such as the visual balance, relationship between the strokes, and emotional qualities of the poem you are painting. Then you can begin to appreciate the state of enlightened awareness of past masters of the brush, that which takes it in the whole without stopping at the part. The hand is quicker than the eye. That's a little advanced, but the hand, I've been talking about the hand. He's saying the hand is magic. There's something magic going on in there. There's intelligence, and I don't know if I can explain it. I'll have to explain it later on because I haven't read this. But this hand is powerful. Weight forward, elbow down. Bend elbow, not wrist. Don't move that wrist around. Just stem vertical, fingertips down. Bristles parallel, continuous exhalation. William Reed's really good. There's so many good books. I've got all these manuals on my website. This is a Tibetan calligraphy manual. You know, this gives you a lot of stuff to work on the Tibetan. You know, Japanese, Tibetan, you pick your poison. It's nice to do Tibetan, I think. It's nice to do Japanese. I copied some of Trungpa Rinpoche's. Just copy that guy, man. What's wrong with that? Try to do that. But you ain't gonna do it in your old ham-fisted way, man. You're gonna have to come into the modern world. You have to learn a few tricks. Just, you know, what you want to do, I think. It's very interesting, very powerful. Hard to imagine a better practice in a certain way. I think it's hard to imagine a better practice than calligraphy, especially with the stroke practice. I mean, there's nothing like it. But if you also know what you're doing, if you also, every stroke you're improving, you're learning something every time instead of never learning anything. 20 years later, you're still be more like the Regis in this regard. He was a fine painter before he ever started, picked up a calligraphy brush to do stroke practice. He was an artist. He was a great artist. And then so he knew something about a brush, and then he just worked on every little aspect. He said it was unbelievable how long it took him, how many times he had to do it in order to get it right. You know, but that's is an aspect of this. If you think it's not, you know, they're telling you some things so you won't turn into an egotist on every stroke, and that's true too. Both are true. Both these things are true. You have to throw it away, but you have to throw it away, but you have to throw it away. It's not about capturing something in a model, you know. It's just about being wrong 100 million times, and then you get enlightened. I don't know how to explain it. It's just an attitude. It's just an attitude. You know, you follow certain rules. You just understand the playbook, you know. Just read the playbook. This is the playbook, you know. You can invent your own playbook, and I just did a little work here to help you find the playbook. And it's so powerful, and it's 50,000 years old. They've been doing this forever, you know. They know what they're doing. He didn't invent this, you know, 20 years ago. I mean, he invented something, or the drawing gave us something to work with, but they meant for us to work with it in a very intelligent way, not just dumb it, you know, dumb does dumb. No.